the Empire has just confirmed what's coming this week, but before we go over it, make sure to subscribe and drop a like in this video. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, originally, we thought it was Bugatti coming into the game, and I'm gonna be honest, I had a lot of you guys thinking that it was Bugatti too. Like, a lot of people were commenting saying that they thought it was Bugatti too, but you know, the Aston Martin theory that I did bring up in that video actually was correct. So, for those of you who thought it was Aston Martin, you are right. They confirmed it. Aston Martin is the brand. We're going to take a look at what they showed to confirm it today, and we're going to go over what the Aston Martins they are adding are. Now, here you can see they said 1 brand, 6 cars, a legendary debut this Friday. Can you guess what they'll be? Full reveal tomorrow. Now, we already know what they are. I'm going to show you all. Now, something really interesting about this, and is kind of complicated, is that Aston Martin is such a hard brand to like tell the difference between their cars, but luckily I would consider myself an Aston Martin expert, so just for you guys, we're gonna figure out every single one of these Aston Martins somehow today. Now that I look at it, oh my goodness, that is way more challenging than I thought initially. I'm gonna figure it out for you guys though, okay? I will do it here right now. So let's go over them. What are all these cars? Honestly, okay, we can start with the front, I guess. I think that's a Valkyrie up front. I can confirm that one by the unique shape. I'll show you what they all look like in a minute. First, honestly, why don't I just go through and figure out what these are off camera to not waste your time. Let me do that for you guys. Alright, now after doing lots of research, I think I've just put together what every single one of these Aston Martins is, okay? So we'll start off with the front. Right here, obviously, I think that's the most obvious. That one is the Valkyrie. You know, you can clearly tell this weird curvature shape there matches up with that one there, and I think it is an amazing car. This one I'm definitely really excited for. Now behind it, you're gonna see a weird long shape one. Kind of looks like a Mercedes almost, that weird long shape, but you know, it's not, I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard to get that one wrong. I think that's this one, the Aston Martin Rapide. Only 4-door Aston Martin besides the SUV, but that clearly, you know, matches up with that length right there. You know, if we look once again, the lengths match up pretty good. I would say that's what that is. Now here's where things get a little bit more complicated. So the one behind that, this one, it's kind of hard to tell what it is, but I think I can tell based on these lines here on this grill. Let me really zoom in here for you. We're gonna go over the lines here on this grill. I want you all to remember those, okay? And then the way that this spoiler kind of like goes up a little bit, the way this rear chunk kind of sticks out, we're gonna look at this. This is the Aston Martin Vanquish. Now, you might remember this if you've seen my vlogs channel. This is the car my grandpa has, so I'm really excited. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what this is, so I can remake his spec in game. His spec's actually basically the same as this one, just the chrome is black. But we definitely see those recognizable lines. Rear end, spoiler goes up. You see that weird stick out? That's the taillights. We look back at the photo. You'll see that weird stick out. The obviously little lip there. We go over and you see those lines. Now next to that was really hard to tell. You know, you can see we just looked at that one right there. This one, honestly, it was really hard for me to tell, but I think I might have got it. I believe it could be the older generation Vanquish. You can see here, if we look at the taillight design on it, let me try to zoom in good on that taillight for y'all. If we look here, the taillight, you kind of see that wing shape in it, and the front end, I want to go ahead and look at that. You'll see how there's like a little line down the middle and then the smaller grille. If we go back to the photo, you can see the line down the middle, smaller grille, and that wing-shaped taillight. I'm not 100% on this one. You know, the others so far I am 100% sure on, but this one I could be a little bit wrong. But I think that's the older generation Vanquish, and it would make sense putting it with the newer generation Vanquish. Now, what do we have in front of that? This one was a bit harder to tell. Originally, that looked like a spoiler there to me, but looking closer at it, it might actually be a ducktail attached to the car. I'm still not 100% certain on this one. This one, I need you all to help me in the comments below. Let me know if I got it wrong. But I think that this one, no, not that. I think that this one's this. The reason I say that, I think it's the DBS Superleggera Ultimate 770. The reason I say that, you see like the way that that hood is right there? It's a very, you know, distinct shaped hood. If we go back to the teaser, that very distinct shaped hood is very present right there. Now, the thing was throwing me off was the spoiler. If you look at it right away, it looks like it's a separated one, but if you look closer, it might just be the lighting, and it's a body attached, a little ducktail. The front splitter's kind of big. Let me see here. This front splitter doesn't look as big as the one in the photo, so it's really kind of throwing me off, the splitter. I think I could be wrong about this one, I'm not gonna lie. I've been wrong before about some of this stuff. Like, originally, I thought this was going to be Bugatti this week, and boy, could I not be more wrong. But, yeah, I need you all to help me in the comments below. What is this one? I can't tell, okay? But then right here, this one, right behind the Valkyrie, I believe that to be the Vantage F1 edition. So you'll see the spoiler, that's definitely a separated one that curves up. And then we also have, you know, a grill kind of noticeable and some headlights kind of noticeable. And I believe that that is this one. We see that spoiler shape. And then the grill, the headlights, I think it's the Vantage F1 edition. I'm pretty sure I got this one correct. You know, only ones I'm not certain on, I think, yeah, that one I'm certain on. I'm not certain on that one right there and that one right there. But besides that, I think we cracked what all these others are. Now that we figured out everything coming, I want to talk about other Aston Martins I personally would love to see in the future, that maybe they aren't adding this update. Obviously we know what they are adding, but let's go over some other models that I think they definitely need to add. Alright, now a few more Aston Martins I definitely want them to add. Obviously the Valkyrie LM, I mean, look at this thing. This is like the craziest Valkyrie, I think. I mean, the spoiler's huge. There's another special Valkyrie though, the Valkyrie AMR Pro. I would love this one as well. Honestly, I think that one looks crazier, yeah, but this one overall just flows better looking together. So if they had to add one, I would say add this one. This one, you know, it's still pretty crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a Valkyrie. They're taking a Valkyrie, making it crazy already like this. This one's just crazy to the max, but it doesn't flow as cohesively as this one. So, you know, I would definitely love to see this one. The Aston Martin Valhalla, they just kind of unveiled it, like the latest version of it. And oh my goodness, is this one amazing, dude. Look at how beautiful it is, first off. And then look at the active arrow on it. You see here the spoiler up, in this photo, spoiler down. So, you know, I would love them to add the Valhalla. The Valor, this is an interesting one. It's kind of like a special edition. I would not mind seeing that in the game either, maybe as a limited or a collection car. The old Vantage special edition, I really like this one, dude. Even though it's older, I think it looks really nice still. Like the spoiler looks good on it. I like the hood, you know, the front end. Overall, this is a really nice looking one. I would love for them to add it. Then we got this one. I don't know what this one's called. I honestly couldn't tell you. But it's the one with the spoiler in the back. It literally looks like the Valor with the spoiler, in my opinion. And then the SUV, the DBX. I don't care too much about this, but I was just thinking, you know, on the topic of Astons to add, if we're gonna add them all, you know, may as well just add this one. Like, I feel like that's all they're missing. And then obviously they're convertible models. Let me kind of show you. Aston Martin convertible. If we look here, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they got a lot of convertible models that we could see come to the game as well. Not to mention all like the DB models. If you know Aston Martin, you know they got like DB11, DB12, DB9, all those lower model Astons, but like, dude, they're still nice. Like, this is a DB12 convertible. It looks really cool. I forgot about the Zagatos. Zagato's like a special edition of Aston Martin, so Zagatos could come. You got convertible DB12 right there. What's this? Convertible DB11. You know, lots of convertible Aston Martins they could add. Convertible DB12 we already went over. Vantage Roadster, that type of stuff. So, you know, there's really all the convertibles they could add as well. But Driving Empire tends to add more of the coupes first. Then maybe they'll go back and add some of the convertible models later. Convertible Vanquish, we could see that too. So, you know, just comment down below which ones you like the most. So honestly, I was really expecting Bugatti this week, but I am most certainly not complaining with getting Aston Martin. I mean, Aston Martin is such a cool brand to get. Timeout. Why is there a building just like broken? Okay, we'll ignore that. We'll pretend I did not just see that. But anyways, like I was saying, you know, I'm really happy with Aston Martin. So I'm sure, you know, obviously it's not Bugatti level, but Aston Martin still is super cool, guys, and I think you all are really gonna like it, especially the Valkyrie. So I'm really interested to see which ones, you know, will come in the future as well, not just in this update. But I do think that's gonna be everything for today's video. I truly hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe, and the notification bell so you never miss another upload. Share the video on screen here, YouTube thinks to like it, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.